Do non-status seizures cause brain damage? Can having an ordinary seizure, tonic-clonic, about once every 1 to 3 years result in brain damage. People complain about the side effects of meds reducing their cognitive ability. What happens if you go unmedicated? I don't suggest it, and I haven't heard anything about brain damage, but I think it kind of sounds like it would make sense, I guess. Depends on how bad it is. But I have not heard about brain damage yet. So.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna. I feel like every time we have a seizure, we're getting a little bit more brain damage. So it's like, yes, you are, but how do we go about that after the fact?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess, it can cause brain damage. That's all I can really say. Mine is from brain damage. I got encephalomalacia on the right side of my head, which is basically soft brain tissue. So that's brain damage. That's from the accident I had when I was a kid. So yeah, but like the average seizure, I just got that info from you, Brandon. Wouldn't have known if it weren't for you.
And I mean, I'm just saying that in the sense that we all kind of feel that, though, right? Like, even if it isn't medically known, like after you're recovering from a seizure, we all feel it. We're not 100% there, and it takes us time to, recover. So it's definitely just our brain is not 100% after a seizure, which means that it's being hurt, I guess.
Well,
I'm not
I
a
get it.
doctor.
That's like an implicit thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's part of the reason that I'm so into this channel and advocacy and everything, because it feels like right now in the industry they're so quick to just start the medications at higher doses than might be necessary, bringing on side effects, causing dependency on the medications, and never truly knowing the cause of the seizures before treating for epilepsy, and that it might not even be epilepsy. So I mean, it's really a fine line, but the implication of psychogenic versus physical seizures and quick to treat before maybe knowing if that treatment is really necessary are two pretty questionable subjects that I think would be narrowed down a lot better if there were just more studies and awareness done.
Which, as we all know, like the amount of knowledge in regards to epilepsy is basically next to none. Like they really don't know anything, and what we're getting is just kind of the scraps of solutions. I guess that's how I can phrase it, because when you ask neurologists, they will even say like, yeah, we're doing our best, but we really don't know. It's and that's depressing to hear for all of us.
Jacob, you had something?
I got distracted.
We all
I
do.
totally forget what I was going to say.
Been there.
Yeah.
Well, as somebody from another country, I mean, do you see the medical system kind of treating the steps to treatment differently over there? I mean, are they always just quick to put you on meds?
I really think it's just as bad, and maybe there's just some bias, but I think it might be worse because they have to push so many people through the door, partially because of that free healthcare, right? The wait times are extreme. Like, to see a specialist, you probably have to wait, like a neurologist, like a year and a half. That's what I'm currently waiting for. Yeah. And like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, and when you get in, they just are like, okay, yeah, I see your EEG, you had this discharge. Okay, here's lamotrigine, blah blah blah, and then you're out the door. They're not going to investigate what's causing it. There's just not in their game plan, it costs the government money, right? When they run an MRI, it's probably like $10,000 to get you in, and the wait time is like 8 months for the MRI. So, like, it's just not really a priority for them.
Okay, so swept under the rug is the consistent feeling
Mhm.
for most of us.
You're muted. Still talking muted.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, no,
Sailor
nobody
Mom.
can hear. Nobody can hear you.
There was a
There we
deer.
go.
There was a deer looking in the window at me, like a foot and a half away from me.
Oh,
And
that's
Nobody noticed
brilliant.
that.
I thought it was my cat. I thought my cat broke the screen because she had been sitting there. And so I went
Aw.
to look, and it was a freaking deer, a black-tailed deer.
Aw.
And I scared it, I guess. And it ran away. But yeah, so. That
Deer
was
heard your video and came to investigate.
Yes, it came to see what we were talking about, I guess.
You've got black-tailed deer, but I've got red-tailed hawks up here. Ha! Yeah.
There you go. I did see a hawk last night when we had to close off when we first moved. We had hundreds of bats living under our balcony, and we've been slowly moving them out. And we just last night, after they all left for the night, we managed to fix the balcony so that the bats can't come back in that part anyway. So they can go
Am I
somewhere
the
else.
only one in this chat right now who's going, how dare she get rid of the bats? Because
Listen,
bats
I
seems
wouldn't.
so cool. Come on.
I know, right?
Come
It was
on.
awesome to walk across the balcony and hear them chittering and stuff. That was really, really cool. But it wasn't cool to walk down my stairs and have them poop in my hair. So,
Oh, wait. No, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. You got a fair point. You got a
so
fair
we
point.
had to figure out. He built a bat house. We moved some of them into the bat house. Then we found out some other things, lights, and almost everybody has lights around their porch and around their roof here, like
Keep
all
the
year
bats
round.
away.
To keep the bats out, yeah, because apparently there's a whole lot of them. I had no idea, and I think they're really cool too. I got to see a couple of them. Like they broke in my garage and got inside of stuff, and we found them. And I
Okay.
was like, "Oh my God, look at these bats!" But yeah, I don't want them inside the balcony anymore, though.
No, to hear about it and to live with it are very different things. I
Yeah.
always thought those like enormous iguanas that were taking over Miami were really cool a couple of years ago, but now that they're here,
Oh
it's
my
not.
God. I don't...
Yeah, it's
Nope.
not so cool anymore.
No.
They've got
Yep.
like red
No.
heads and tails, and they're like 3 feet long, and
And
we're
they'll
already in a manufactured home in like an old folks community, so
Big
I
reptiles
feel
are
like they're
hard
gonna be
no.
here like inside any day now.
and they
It's not
slash
fun.
at you with their tails if they're angry.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm already
spent a
trying to
couple
coach
years
my
in
dog
Florida.
for public
Mhm.
Pussy
access.
bitches.
Like she's already a nervous doodle, and yeah, now she can get by all these construction machines that are coming to wipe out these houses from the tornadoes, and she can get by the construction and the iguanas. But if somebody with like a loud New York accent starts approaching her, she'll lose it. So yeah, training a dog is totally different.
Also learning accents.
Oh yeah. No, we're going back to
If you really need to set a tone, go New York.
seriously. She's cool with the British couple. You know, she's cool with the British couple, but oh God, I hope she never meets my godmother. We're going back to Jersey this summer, so we'll see.
Back to when I was saying that I had, like, I
Sorry,
felt like
Pussy.
I had a seizure yesterday, but I just had the possible headache. Someone here says, I only have focal seizures, is what I was told by my doctor. But my friend has nocturnal seizures, and she told me I might have started having nocturnal seizures because I wake up with headaches for the past week. Do you think I should set a doctor's appointment, or should I just wait until my next doctor's appointment?
Just get a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, I think if you need to
Just
check
get
it
a
out as
doctor's
soon as
appointment.
possible.
If it's just one appointment, just get it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I say check on that as soon as possible. No
Yeah.
waiting.
Better safe than sorry. Just do it.
Right. Got another one. How long before you felt normal again? I had a seizure 8 days ago. The doctors believe it was a side effect from the medication. CT, MRI, EEG all came back clean. I went back to work. Back to work yesterday. It was tiring. Today was exhausting. I have an active job, but yesterday and today were comparatively easy to what most days are. I had trouble focusing on my paperwork. By the end of the day, I had to lay my head down on my desk because I was so mentally exhausted. I got a ride home, had to take a nap, chill with my family for a little while, and then finish my paperwork from the day. I had to talk with my manager. I had a talk with my manager. We're trying to figure out how to modify things for me. I hate feeling like this and not having definite answers. My thoughts are to try to decrease my workday by a couple hours for a week. I would appreciate any thoughts. Yeah, I say work can do it. Work can stress you out.
The schedule can definitely have something to do with it. And they mentioned something about like days comparatively seeming easier. But for me, when I was still working, the days that went by faster were the ones when I had more seizures. Because I knew I was probably just out of it for longer and, moved on to the next topic and it was probably like 10 minutes later. So that's definitely something to monitor and log closely anytime somebody else notices a difference or you do, because it could definitely be a seizure.
Yeah, I'll move on. It says injuries during seizures. Hey everyone, I just got out of the hospital stay 6 days ago. I had to go in for a surgery after breaking my upper right humerus into 15 pieces during a seizure. The black eye from hitting the doorknob was pretty gnarly too. I've got 3 pins, 7 screws, and a metal plate in my arm forever now. After the surgery was so painful, even 2 morphine doses they gave me didn't do anything. Sitting in the hospital bed made me start to think of kinds of injuries other people dealing with this have gotten into. I was wondering, what was your worst injury? We've been through that. I did get a TBI from one of my very first seizures, and to be honest, I don't know whether a brain injury or never having full use of any your dominant arm is worse. I know pics aren't allowed, but I would like to post a video of my x-rays that show the plate, pins, and screws. Uh, Worst injury during a seizure? Yes, chipped my tooth. That's forever. I've hurt myself, like had real bad pain afterwards, but not anything that I can remember besides my tooth.
None of my major injuries have ever been during a seizure. My worst injury was from a bike accident, which this is getting recorded and getting posted, but I don't care. I'm gonna say it. I got in a bike accident where I had to end up getting stitches on my penis. Yeah. But not seizure related, just yeah, definitely the worst injury. Yeah. So
Please elaborate, because
you know how when you have your bike, you have the handlebars and then you have the stem that holds the handlebars?
yeah.
Yeah, I took a turn too fast and there was a bunch of gravel at the turn, and so I slipped out and pink right right into there. So it was stem to dick. Sorry for anybody who is not accustomed to hearing that word, I suppose. But yeah, had to get stitches, but didn't realize until about 3 hours after the accident because I was more concerned about this giant scar that was actually a rock in my arm from that accident. I was in the emergency room for about 3 hours and then I had to go to the bathroom. And that was when I realized that I also needed stitches somewhere else after thinking it was only here. That was fun. Yeah, it was real fun.
Is anyone else's tongue like permanently disfigured from biting it so many times? Like my tongue, I feel like bumps and like permanent swelling. I don't know. Like my tongue isn't smooth or like
From
normal, I guess.
biking?
Biting it.
Oh,
Sorry.
biting. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're totally fine. You're talking about biking, so that makes sense.
That's my confusion.
Yeah. But
I
no
think
one
I
else.
don't have to.
No.
Huh?
Yeah,
And when I brush
I
my
have
teeth in the
not.
morning and stuff, I can like feel it when I scrape my tongue to like get the toothpaste and stuff off of it.
You
I always feel.
maybe think about getting a mouth guard for overnight. I think you might be grinding your teeth.
Well, no, this one like it happened after my last seizure. Like it never got normal, and it got worse after my last seizure I had, where I bit my tongue really bad. That was just like a
Oh,
permanent like just bump on my tongue. I think it's just kind of like the tissue kind of messed up there or something. Just curious
yeah.
if anyone else has that.
Anybody?
Yeah, I feel like I've
Um,
had that for like a week one time, for maybe like 2 weeks.
yeah.
It felt like just a
Okay.
little piece was kind of hanging off for a while.
Yeah. I don't know if it's
And
something
then it was
hanging.
just gone.
I'm afraid to feel. I have felt it. It is just like a big bump, like something. I don't know. Maybe tongue
Yeah, my back
cancer. Who
teeth
knows?
might bite my tongue, but as far as my front teeth, I don't think I ever have to worry about that, thanks to a
Yeah.
seizure.
Well, Anne says
Um,
she still
Katie?
bites her tongue even with a mouth guard.
Oh, sorry,
Hmm.
Katie. You're
Yeah.
Yeah,
up.
no. So even with the mouth guard, you can still
Yeah.
bite your tongue. But my most annoying one is like same deal and all the way on the back, like it's closest to the molars, and that part of my tongue just never went
That's
back to
right where.
normal. But it's still more annoying when like and I kind of don't even want to use an electric toothbrush anymore. I have to get a different one with that doesn't like rotate because it catches the little, I don't know what to call them, but like skin tags kind of on the inside of my cheek, and there's like 5 on both
Mm,
sides, and that gets really annoying.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. I can't remember now.
It's all right until you find out.
That's the
That's
intro to every video.
That's literally every
pretty
single
sure
like part of this interaction with all of us is us going, I have this. Oh shit.
Yeah.
What is it?
What was I going to say?
Where am I?
Oh, I was gonna say, okay, so my nasal spray, I don't know if I told you guys, it was $422 a dose for like my rescue med. $422 a dose.
The nasal lamp.
The nasal M, yeah. I called the manufacturer of it, and they're like, "Oh, we'll give you a patient savings card." Brought it down to $20. Our healthcare system is a freaking scam. I would have
Where
said another word, but we're keeping this
where
family friendly.
where
Oh,
are you
please. After the
located?
Dick Stitches story, you think this is family friendly?
This
Right.
is come on, dude. I've already like made it no, this is not family friendly. We're fine. All right.
Yeah.
Where are you located?
Columbus, Ohio.
So you're
So
really close to the Canadian border. That must feel like a slap in the face.
Dude,
well, no,
it's
I'm just
terrible.
saying, like, that's so crazy how it can be so cheap if you just go about this. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's ridiculous. Well, it's because they know the rich people, either their insurance is going to cover it or they're not going to worry about $422, but they can't leave. They're not going to like let people die because they can't afford their medicine. That'd be a horrible publicity for them. So you have to jump through hoops in order to get and they're still making $18 profit on this medicine. It would probably cost them $2 to make that tiny little nasal spray
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, Brandon, how long were you out of commission after those stitches?
Oh man, I was walking around with loose underwear and loose sweatpants for like a month. Oh my god, it was the fucking worst.
You have a scar?
Oh yeah. I mean, most of us are guys. I'm sorry, Kate. My girlfriend loves the ridge.
Oh, man.
Hey, Sailor Mom's here too.
Yes.
Oh, is she? Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah Mom.
So you're
I
just like never allowed
apologize.
to wear a condom again after that.
He
Oh,
doesn't need
man.
the special kind.
Wow.
Yeah,
It-
man. We
Okay,
want
glad we all have headsets. Well, I mean,
Right.
Oh
me and
yeah,
Ross.
there's children in households. Apologies.
Yeah, pretty much. So there was a question that was really popular though in the chat. Would anybody or has anybody ever given thought to whether or not they would prefer a doctor who actually has epilepsy themselves?
I was
Yes.
thinking that. I was thinking, yeah, because they would understand like we would.
Yeah.
But I also seen something in that comment that said, yeah, but not the neurosurgeon. So yeah, of course I take a neurologist that does. He's not digging in my head. But yeah, sounds like a good idea. I think that neurologist would be able to push awareness some more if they like totally understood it. Because it's like I've been going through this for this long. These doctors can't tell me nothing. I went to college for it, and I know this from experience.
Maybe I'll go back to school
I
for
was just gonna say that.
to
Please
become an
do. Please.
epileptologist. Be the
You can be
first
Well,
all
one.
of our doctors.
Yeah.
Hear out the flip side now. Somebody replied with, I think the first line was unpopular vote no, because they were on the opposite side thinking that they would be so empathetic that they would be too quick to, jump to treatment, jump to anything just to make you feel better, even, and before admitting again, like that somebody mentioned before how these doctors all have the complex of like, if I don't know something, then I can't like reveal it to the patient. So somebody was on the flip side saying if they have this condition too, they would be so empathetic to somebody who has it worse than them that they would be too quick to, just do anything to make them feel better, whether or not it was truly the best solution. So
I feel like doctors
bias
already
basically. A
do
doctor
that.
could never be unbiased.
Yeah.
I feel like doctors already do that though. Like that's like half of what we hear on this is doctors just prescribing random stuff to try and make you feel better. And if it doesn't work, they try something else. Or if it doesn't work, they don't really care. Oh well.
It
Yeah.
goes both ways. Where
Yeah.
you have both ends of the spectrum, in like very high regard or very high direction, I guess. You know what I mean? Where it's like some people will go super low, some people will go super high. It yeah, it's back and forth, but yeah.
I got something here that says, I have those episodes where my stomach bloats and cramps. I begin to sweat and seize up and lose consciousness. They happen like once a month. Does anyone else have anything similar? It lasts about 30 minutes, start to finish, and the loss of consciousness is only a few seconds long. Yeah, maybe since like the ones where I get the hot flashes, sometimes I blink and I think I feel like I missed a few seconds. Really. And I always be like, okay, a seizure is coming. Most of the time it doesn't come because that's a seizure. But yeah, I don't get the stomach bloating. Anybody deal with that?
I don't know if it would sound like bloating. It's more like just yeah, like your stomach flipping over.
It could be like a psychogenic seizure kind of, where
Mhm.
it's not just because it sounds like it's more of like a physical reaction that your body's almost blacking out from like the stress you're under at that point, more than like a brain issue. But again, I mean, the brain controls everything in your body, so obviously, brain's going to be involved in that. I don't know. I just know like non-epileptic or psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, they're usually caused from like your body literally having too much stress. And so it basically just seizes out itself. It's not like brain activity that's causing the seizure necessarily. It's your body's response to it.
Gotcha. Kate?
Yeah, I always have a opinion on anything where it's like psychogenic versus epileptic now because of everything that Anne's been through and understanding that the cause is the only difference, but nobody really works to find the cause before reaching a diagnosis that could actually inhibit treating the real condition. So, as far as that goes, I think what I heard, everything that you said at first made me think aura, because I never have auras, but that's what I hear, that sometimes that's how people feel like right before a seizure. But again, that could be anything. It's definitely worth looking into.
I don't want to I'm not going against like anything you said at all. I'm not saying this because I disagree with what you said. Well, like I don't like using the term aura to say like the seizure's coming, because I feel like an
Oh,
aura is a seizure at that point, Like I feel like just that gives a little bit of a misunderstanding, because when I learned about auras, when people were like, "Oh yeah, you're having an aura." I'm like, "Oh, okay, a seizure's coming." And it just made me like completely misunderstand like the fact that I was having seizures that entire time. Like I only realized recently that I was having seizures every day. And so I just want to like just anyone listening, like an aura, if you are having an aura, it is a seizure. Like you are having it.
yeah, all the jargon surrounding epilepsy is definitely
Yeah.
worth like looking into and pretty much having like its
Yeah.
own, but that's the kind of thing that would be so easy to put on a patient
Oh
pamphlet
yeah.
right next to what to do if you see somebody having a seizure. So again,
They-
like how hard could
exactly.
it be
Yeah.
to just help people understand it more?
Yeah. Just for anyone like new watching, if you are feeling that at all, you're having a seizure.
Okay, let's go, Brandon, and then Ann. What's up, Brandon?
I was just gonna say that I agreed like 1000% with what he just said. Where when I was having auras, sorry, oh my god, when I was having auras, I didn't realize that those were actual mini seizures, and I feel like that is information that people who are new to their epilepsy, they need to understand that auras aren't just a sign of a seizure. It is an actual seizure that
Yeah.
will soon be leading to a full seizure. So like when you said that, it's like, yeah, I didn't realize that until like 6 months into my epilepsy.
Yeah, because I didn't think like my medication would affect the auras and stuff. I thought it was like a warning sign. And now that I'm taking 4 times as much medication, I'm not having
Yeah,
nearly as many auras. Like
yeah.
that it's significantly gone down. And it's just something I wish I had known. Like people told me, oh yeah, auras, but come on, my doctor never even told me that I was having seizures. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you guys, I've been taking these and haven't had any focals in like 2 weeks since I started taking them. I'm
B12,
just,
Hey,
dude, I told you about the B12 like 2 weeks ago.
yeah, and I started taking them
B12,
and
buddy.
they've been good to
I
me.
got some too.
here,
Yep, I got some too.
Oh,
I carry
good.
this around everywhere now. It has my Keppra in it. It has my Nasalum at the top here with instructions on how to use it. And then I carry around my vitamins as well, my B6 and B12 every day. Take them. Everyone take them. If you're
Yeah.
listening,
Yeah.
For
take
anybody who
vitamins.
is not aware, B12 is so good for your brain function. Like, please take B12.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
for
haven't
the
had
sake
any
of
like blank
humanity.
moments or none of that. Like seriously, Nature's Made. I'm looking for a sponsor.
Yep.
Or eat salmon.
Let, let's
Yeah,
get that
Nature's Made has been good
sponsorship
to me.
flowing, all right?
I think Ann was next. Ann, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, totally forgot. But yeah, that whole idea of the aura and increasing the meds and stuff. Um, it's now almost a month since I've been off of pre-gambling. And this is usually just about that time, because I was trying to come down off of whatever happened earlier, and I think we all know. Um, So I just pulled my journals out because I just scratch out on a blank piece of paper what I remember. And then I'll start reading some stuff. And I'm like, oh, shit. We're going to have a conversation. I'm like, here we are. One more focal today. It's going to make 3. So, yep.
Well,
That's
thank
what
you
the
for keeping us
pregamble is
all
doing.
included, because you are in
I
our
love
thoughts
you
now. You can't get
guys.
rid of us.
I know. I love you guys. That's why I tapped back in. I'm like, I just got to hang out. So, but yeah, I'm so glad. Okay, my tuna friend, whatever it is they did for you, you look completely different than you did look 2 weeks ago.
Well, the black
I'm
eye's
so
gone. That's the main.
yeah, the
Yeah.
black eye is gone, but I mean, even just your expression, you just have that glow came back, and I could see it. I think we could all see it on you, and it's like, oh yes, finally, we've got somebody that got appropriate treatment quickly,
I
and
mean, I'm still not seizure free, but I'm on the path. I'm less seizures.
yeah,
We'll call it controlled for the most part. Still don't
yeah,
quite
I
know
don't
what that
think,
means.
yeah, I don't think they'll ever
Any
go
of
away.
us.
At least, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, stop. Maybe one day they'll go away for all of us. Maybe one day we'll all be seizure free. That's
Oh, I
the
just meant, do any of us know what like seizure free really like means? Because if you have people who have a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, seizure free, and they say they're seizure free, but you don't really know. So, at what point do we actually know? I don't know.
that's true. Like you could be sleeping and have one and never even notice. And
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Like I said, I still feel the one that I think I might have had yesterday, but I'm just gonna say I didn't, so I can say I've been going without a seizure for this long.
no.
So I just had a bad
Well,
headache yesterday. Mouth isn't chewed up. The doctor says nothing's
Hey,
wrong with me, but they suck. So yeah,
yeah.
had an MRI and CT scan. I don't have a concussion or anything. So they just was like, "Are you sure you had a seizure?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not 100% sure, but this headache is signs of a seizure." So this headache only comes
Yeah.
constant. It's never a headache been like this in the world, and it never lasts 24 hours. Regular headaches,
right.
and you
And that's
guys
kind
get
of
me out of
I
band.
call it the seizure. It's the seizure headache. It's like,
yeah.
why do I have to explain to an epileptologist what a seizure headache feels like? We
Right?
all
The
have the
beautiful thing
same
is
headache.
another
Yeah.
Okay.
headache.
It's
I
like
can't
you
have a
know
worse
what's
headache though.
different from when you don't have a seizure. It's like you know your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
I feel
stop
like I'll
each other off.
yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
I feel like I'll never have as bad of a seizure though. Like that's or not as bad as a seizure, bad of a headache though. Like I'm feel kind of lucky because like I've thrown up from my after seizure headaches from how bad they are and stuff. And it's like I won't have a headache that bad. Like or if I've had a headache, or I guess that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I haven't had a headache other than my after seizure headaches at this point because they're so bad nothing even comes close to them in terms of pain.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I just wanted to apologize for having to leave. I hope that everyone else has a wonderful rest of your night, and I apologize for leaving. So,
Don't
I'll
apologize.
see you Friday.
It was nice having you.
nice having you as well. And when Poogie messaged me, I always try and like uh join. That's yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna
Tuesdays and
stop talking
Fridays.
now. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Have a moment.
All right. Everyone have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to you soon.
Tuesdays and Fridays,
All right. Tuesday and Friday. Bye.
same time. So I had another one in line. It says going back to normal after NES. I don't know what that is, but it said I had 3 NES the other day. The ER said nothing was wrong with me. I think it was likely brought on by low blood sugar, a drop in blood pressure, sleep deprivation, and dehydration. I just got my 4 wisdom teeth removed and wasn't taking the best care of myself. I'm doing much better now, but I can't help but feel like I'm just going through the motions and trying not to be scared if and when the next one could happen. Because apparently the chances of having another one goes up for the next 2 years. How do you go back to feeling like yourself? It depends on what you call yourself. I haven't went back. Go ahead, Ken.
Okay,
Your
sorry.
turn.
Yeah, my bad. Non-epileptic seizures, and yes, non-epileptic seizures, I believe, is what they're talking about. Psychogenic ones. I think that's basically like your body is too much stress involved, and it's just resulting in like a seizure. That it's not brain activity that's causing your tonic-clonic. It's literally your body's physical response to stuff going on. That's what they think mine are. Like they haven't found any reason to believe that I'm having like brain activity that's causing my seizures. They think mine are non-epileptic as well. I don't even know what that really means though, because I feel like your brain has to be involved in pretty much some part of it. Like something has to be causing it. Go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, no, from what I'm seeing here, quick AI search, it's the same thing as expected. It's individual for everyone, anywhere between 5 and 30 minutes. And they do actually, curiously enough, they do still refer to the period after NES as postictal. So anywhere from a few minutes to several days on another one. So it sounds like it's just individual for everybody.
Everyone's experience is different. I might have to start going by government names because I called you Tuna, I've called you Canned. I'm just going to call you Isaac.
Feel free.
All right. Another one says, is it possible for one to wake up in the middle of a seizure? And the wake up is in quotes. So I hope I'm wording this correctly. As far as I know, I've never really had seizures, but there was one singular time when I was around 13, when I was painting something in my room, and I guess I became lightheaded from the smell of paint. I collapsed, and when I woke up, my legs were still violently shaking, and I still don't know what happened to this day. It never happened again. I'm just asking for someone who has experience with seizures before it happens again. I wouldn't say wake up, no. I think I've seen a seizure like where my head's turned. I can see wherever my head's directed, but wake up, not at all. Not
And
me.
aware, maybe. Like I can't tell, but it like the way they described it in the end sounds similar to the cluster that I had, but I was fully conscious through the whole thing.
Yeah, said he came to and his legs were still violently shaking. So
Well,
Yeah,
check
I
out
mean,
what
it
Ann said here about
could have been the same
possibly
quote.
the paint fumes being a trigger for vasovagal. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, syncope. It's a common form of fainting, but it's caused by a sudden drop in blood pressure, and it could be triggered by pain or the sight of blood, but maybe those paint fumes could have had something to do with it. That's pretty
Yeah.
insightful.
person also said in the comments, I was on Prozac at this time, and apparently it also causes seizures. But it concerns me a little bit since it just happened extremely suddenly. I did get an EEG at some point in time, and I did not get diagnosed with anything. Is it possible for someone who has no former symptoms or disorders regarding seizures to just have some sort of seizure out of the blue? Yeah. Anything's possible these days.
If anything, that's part of why they ask that same question. How did you ever feel it coming? How long did it last? The timing has a lot to do with what the cause is. So this vasovagal thing that Anne brought up is some of the more sudden ones. It sounds like, and those are the ones that end up leaning towards like the VNS versus the RNS if it doesn't stop, because that's what, what the cause is. Uh whatever the V stands for again, I don't remember. Um Not, that nerve being just not, I guess, how it's supposed to be.
It's just
That's
nerve
Timing has a lot
damage
to
at
do with
that
it.
point.
Vegas, that's what I was thinking of.
Go ahead, Angel.
Oh no, I was gonna say Vegas nerve, I think.
Oh,
Would that
I
just
got
be
to do
nerve
that.
damage at that point? Like from do paint fumes cause nerve damage, or can they?
I don't know. I've never
I'm not
been
really
paying.
sure what causes like a vagus epilepsy issue.
Well, it sounds
Go
like
ahead,
that
too.
kind of syncope. It's just, it would be a different kind of like dizziness. It's a form of fainting. So it's not really in the epilepsy
Okay.
category, it sounds like,
Yeah.
but it could, it's caused by the same stuff that is involved in epilepsy, but
Yeah.
just, in our case, it doesn't go away.
Fair.
Back to the auras. Somebody said false auras. Does anyone ever fear anytime they don't feel right that it's an aura? There's been so many times I thought I was having an aura, but nothing happened. But it causes me to panic immensely, especially if I'm in public. I know it could possibly be an aura, and that's it, since auras themselves are technically seizures. But if I feel minutely off, I go into panic.
I mean, that's exactly how my seizures are 100%. Like it just an aura doesn't necessarily lead to a seizure. It can lead to a seizure, but just because you're not having a seizure afterwards doesn't mean. And that panic, I mean, isn't your fault. Like I was having quote unquote panic attacks for a year and a half. I literally got diagnosed with PTSD. That's how seizures feel. They feel like panic attacks because of the way they act. So, like, your panic isn't necessarily you panicking, probably. It's more like the seizure causing your system to go into fight or flight response mode.
I've been having a lot more of that lately. I'm not used to.
It's not fun.
No.
No.
Like the chest.
Oh my God. Yeah. And it just makes you feel down afterwards, too, because you panic. You just don't, you're just like, dang, I just had a seizure. It just sucks.
I'm worn out, right? Real tired.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever feel that way if something gets like really frustrating?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like it's
Okay.
just like, why is this bothering me so much that my body hurts? Like, this isn't that big of a deal, but I don't like it. And why am I feeling like this?
It's like inconveniences that cause it. It's I don't even know.
Yeah, I
It's
never
just
had
like
to
I
take
get
so many
super
deep
irritable.
breaths.
It's just like
Yeah,
super
Just after
irritable
like
real fast.
what caused what was like an example of what caused that for you?
For me,
Yeah.
I started sweating and stuff, and I was watching the body cam footage of cops. And I don't know if I'm
Oh,
just traumatized by the police, but when I was watching, I was like, why am I sweating? Why do I feel my heart beating? What is going on? I was just like, am I traumatized from cops?
see,
But
that's what I didn't think it was normal to feel hot. Like I thought it was just because it's like 95 degrees, but it was at least like 10 o'clock last night, and it was a, convenient conversation with the ex about the divorce, and he started rambling on about some really sensitive topics. And after I got off the phone, I definitely had to take a couple deep breaths, and I started feeling sore all over, and I was getting really hot, and I've never felt that before,
See,
but
mine
also
started
never
that
had that
way.
conversation before.
Sorry, Sailor, you're gonna
So
go.
no, okay, okay. No, thank you. I learned something tonight. Maybe
no,
maybe I
I
wasn't
feel that
losing it.
thing
That might have been
either.
actually something physical happening.
Well, I was gonna say mine started that way. Like my aura's seizures would I would get hot flashes is what I'd call them, and people would make fun of me. They're like, "Oh, you're a guy, you don't get hot flashes." Like, well, what else? How else can I explain it? But
Right.
any like regardless, I don't get the hot flashes anymore. Mine is like I notice it from the smell initially. And that's why like deep breaths don't really help me anymore because taking deep breaths, I like smell it even more. And my thing is I have to try to focus on one thing. It's usually when my brain is scattered is when I notice things coming on. It's when I have a video going in front of me, but I'm thinking about something else at the same time. And it makes it tough is I feel like I've always been a relatively smart person. I've always loved thinking, and now it's like, oh, if I think too hard, I have a seizure, and it sucks. Oh no.
Yeah, back to the thing where start hot flashing and all that, and like stuff that, like I said, the watching cops, basically watching cops. I was like, why am I angry at what's going on, and why am I having hot flashes? Like I'm extremely angry, and I'm like, what is going on? That's why I said, am I traumatized? Just cops, because that I was like, I don't know why I'm bothered by it, and I don't know why I'm sweating, and yeah, a lot was going on in my head, and I was just like, okay, let me turn this. Let me go to a different YouTube video. So I didn't have anything next. Let's see. Oh,
I was just gonna say that it could be shit, what was I gonna say? Yeah, never mind. Move on. I should have wrote it down. My bad.
anyhow, I got something that says, is it common to have hallucinations when you have been diagnosed with epilepsy? I would like to hope that I'm not alone and that anybody else experienced hallucinations due to your medication and possible side effects. Is it sometimes, it sometimes feels like I am high on weed and acid at the same time. Also, what is the scariest hallucination that you've experienced? I haven't experienced hallucinations with seizure medication.
Medication is definitely the cause. I never experienced the scary one, but and sorry I got real loud right there. Um I only had a what you call it, hearing hallucination.
Like you're hearing things?
Yeah, when you're hearing things and like you can actually hear them. Like I said, in that one episode, I heard my brother, and like I already knew he was literally talking to me, and I'm like, oh god, like I had to call my cousin up right away, like I'm hallucinating,
Yeah, I
and
had
then I had to,
go ahead. I cut you off.
yeah, yeah, I'm like, oh god, I'm hallucinating, get me out of here. And yeah, I talked to the doctors like right away about the meds, like, you know, like look at the meds that can definitely cause hallucinations. I didn't do like acid or any of that stuff. So
Okay, so about acid. No, I'm playing. My hallucination was off of Benadryl. I took a Benadryl and I was running, and my family was like holding me back, and I'm trying to run outside, and I'm telling them the dog is running away, and they're like, the dog is in the garage, and I'm like, no, the dog just ran past us. We need to go get him. Um, but that was Benadryl. That wasn't seizure medications. So I'm not sure about the seizure medications causing hallucinations, but I'm sure Benadryl did. Uh, Never took it again, but then I started having seizures shortly after because we're not supposed to take Benadryl anyway. So, uh, yeah, stuff is rough. Got something here that says, can you smoke after a seizure? 19-year-old female. I had a seizure for the first time today during work. I'm okay, and they think that main cause of it was because the medication I've been taking. They said it could have also be because of alcohol withdrawals, which I doubt because I hadn't had anything to drink since a week before. I'm a pretty big advocate for weed. I'm fairly new to it. I've only been smoking for about a month and a half, and I was wondering how long should I wait before I smoke again.
I
I
mean,
smoke right after, back to back.
the only thing I'll say is like, yeah, is smoke if you want to, but it's gonna change your brain activity a little bit, and it's also gonna change your blood pressure. I typically get headaches when I smoke too much, smoke all day long, etc. And so I don't smoke after my seizures because it typically makes the headaches worse than normal. I don't know if that's the same for everyone, but I think it's just blood pressure issues that I have causes my headaches to be worse.
When I was smoking weed, I was working with my doctor so that way they can regulate the proper like dosage of my medicine so it wouldn't like affect me that well, you know.
I guess that's a good point. Depends on the medication you're making or
Yeah.
you're taking, because Keppra doesn't really interact with marijuana at all. If you're taking a benzo or
Yeah,
something, it's gonna
it
definitely.
depends on what medicines you're taking, so or if you're taking more than one.
Okay, yeah. So after a seizure, I smoke no problem. I kind of get irritated when I don't roll fast enough. I start thinking I'm hungry. I need to smoke. I'm gonna smoke first. Probably smoke, make something to eat, smoke again, then eat, then finish what I was smoking on. So yeah.
All
And then
right,
with the
nice routine.
hallucinations,
Go ahead, Ann.
my
Okay,
bad, Ann. With the
so
hallucinations, real quick. I got them on. I said only on Benadryl, but also on shrooms. So that's a whole different
that's
way.
expected. That's expected, bro, right?
Yeah,
That's the
it
whole
was nice.
purpose. Right.
I was laughing.
Kate, you were asking the difference on the dependency, depending on strain and potency. That's always dependent on the actual bud that you have in your hand at that moment, because it can disintegrate, you lose terpenes. But personally, I've noticed if I have too much sativa, which is the uplifting high, I have more of a potential. So I'm smoking an indica hybrid right now on top of a heavy dose of Heco and CBD. But I have noticed that there is a difference for me personally, but it depends on the bud that you have in your pipe at that moment, because it can be different. You know, even when you get a COA, which is a certificate of analysis, that product can change over time, just like anything in your cupboard.
Okay,
But
so
yeah,
that pretty
sativas
much
can get
answers
me.
my question, because I always thought like True Leaf was kind of a scam when they would just say like, this is the same strain, same everything except for the potency. They would just say it's like, better Kush than the last ounce, but or quarter ounce or whatever, but they were
Yeah,
selling it for so much more. And he always had sativas, never touched the indica or the hybrids, and it would smell completely different, supposedly the same strain, but they just said it was it was the potency that was different on that purchase, and it would smell completely different. And I was always just perplexed by that,
they
so I didn't
probably
know if it
sprayed it.
ever made a difference.
Yeah,
That's
there's a practice
terrible.
where they add terpenes.
Yeah, they
Yes,
And
do.
I
That's why I said in my built in my chat.
it's just not, I don't like it. I like the organic stuff, but adding terpenes
okay.
isn't fair, and they up the price because it smells more skunky.
So does that
Smells,
increase dependency too?
No, just
no,
makes it taste better.
no.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It doesn't
Yeah,
always make it taste better. It makes it smell better.
Oh, well,
Um,
yeah. I mean, either
okay.
depending
way.
on
That
how
probably
you
just
want,
changed the
yeah.
smell. So you guys don't
But
think there's any scams going around in the marijuana community about trying to get those patients just as dependent on their product as like pharmaceuticals?
not.
It's a competitive market, but
Yeah.
You
and
don't think
there's
it's
going to
gotten to
be
that point?
scams in any, yeah, I
Yeah.
can't say that won't happen
I have
in my
never.
community. No.
I have never had any dispensary say this strain is particularly good for epilepsy, or this particular brand does anything like that.
Never asked.
Never.
Kate, your
But
mic is off.
oh, is it? Sorry.
Kate, yeah, Kate's mic
Okay.
No,
is
no,
off.
I was trying to just listen at this point because I'm all learning. He's never
But
gonna be done with mama's milk, so I just gotta hold on.
but yeah, I mean, recently learned, sativa is not great, and we should definitely make sure that I'm on the indica spectrum. And yeah, but other than that, just knowing where it came from, what the pesticides are, have they sprayed it? Did they clean it out before they get all of the fertilizer out before they, took it? Did the things that Anne's saying, how clean is it? What is it?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. That's the most important.
Okay, all
And
right,
now
that
I'll
helps.
mute.
Can you
All right, Ken
with
had something to say. So, sorry, go ahead, Angel.
uh I was gonna say I knew like when me and my wife smoked, it was like the sativa was supposed to be the uplifting one, but it was the indica that gave me the uplift. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I knew that right away.
Oh yeah. You always know right away.
Hybrids are a wonderful creation. I will agree.
Go ahead, Tuna.
Okay, so this is something I've thought about just as someone who has to commute to work. And I saw this post. Do you think they should establish a subsidy program for like autonomous vehicle access for epileptics? Or or some sort of travel subsidy program? Because right now I don't apply for disability in my state, therefore I don't have any access to their disability transportation system. So if I want to get to like my appointments, I have to shell out $30 on an Uber there, $30 on an Uber back. Uh, it's just stuff like that. I'm curious, like what you guys' thoughts are. How do you guys get around and stuff? Is it
I
all
use Uber,
busing?
and
Uber.
my medical insurance pays for it. I don't have disability, but I just
That's
call them.
insurance wouldn't do jack for that in terms of helping me out. So I'm getting a little bit off the track here. So my mom got hit by a drunk driver like 2 years ago. He recently got sentenced on a couple weeks ago to like 9.5 years maximum sentence. But it pissed me off so much because he said since he can't drive anymore, he has to pay like $400 a month for Ubers. And it made me so mad because I can't tell you how much I've spent on Ubers, on busing, on transportation in general because of the seizures that I blame on him primarily. Like the seizures started happening pretty quickly after that accident, after I became like a full-time caregiver for my mom and stuff. And so it just annoys me that there's no better way to get anywhere. It's has what are you saying, has contracts with Medicaid and Medicare. There's some sort of, yeah, and that's what pisses me off is like they're cutting these Medicare and Medicaid systems, and it's like, okay, great, I'll walk everywhere, I guess. Like you guys don't want to do public transportation, you don't want to do anything, you want to privatize literally everything. It's just I'm tired. I'm so tired. And I just feel like a burden if I ask for rides. Like anytime I have to go somewhere, I ask someone for a ride to, I want to go play golf. The only way I can go play golf is by having someone give me a ride to the golf course. And so I have to convince someone to go play golf with me. Unless I want to Uber there. It's like I could Uber there, but it turns a $30 golf day into a $80 golf day. It's just, yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. You got to ask people like, you want to go do this today? Instead of being like, I want to go do this. Can you take me? Like,
exactly.
I want to go play golf, but I'm not going to tell you I want to play golf. I'm like, hey, how do you feel about golf today?
I can't tell you how many times I've like slyly slid it into a conversation. Oh, we should go golfing, guys.
Red.
It's like It's half the reason why I don't want to go out, because I don't want to burden anybody for a ride or anything.
I'm starting to care less about burdening because my support system is headed downhill at the moment. So I'm asking for a ride lately. What are you doing today? You're not doing nothing? Okay, you still don't want to take me? All right then. But I'm gonna ask. I'm tired of just not asking them. I'm gonna burden.
And that's fair. That's fair. See, if my closest relative didn't live an hour away from me, I'd definitely be asking them for rides. But and they still offer. That's the crazy thing. Is like some people they're so nice. They're like, yeah, I'll drive you to your appointment if you need. I'm like, Mom, that is a 2-hour drive for you. No, but some people are amazing.
I don't try to make anybody feel like a burden, but yeah, that was just me.
And I mean, I think no one's a burden anyway. It's like people are gonna say if you people say yes, you're not a burden. They wouldn't say yes if you're really that much of a burden. And if they say no, then you're not a burden because they're not helping you. So it's not. So I guess feel better about that. But I don't know. That's maybe why I want to get married more now, I think, is because I can then burden my spouse to drive me everywhere. They can be my chauffeur. Jealous sailor mom.
Yeah, well, as somebody
No,
going through a divorce right now,
no.
fuck the vows. They're not important. And if somebody's going to be there and have your back for something like that, then she should be willing to do so without having a ceremony. Get her a pretty ring, the dress, go through the ceremony, whatever, but
Yeah,
like don't fuck the paperwork, please.
yeah.
I
Don't
want the
get married
paperwork for
just
the
for
It doesn't do
taxes.
shit. I was just about to tell you, it doesn't do shit for your taxes.
Really? What about
I mean,
Medicare
okay, well, it
or
depends. It depends on
medical?
her condition. It depends on her
Okay,
working situation because, yeah, in my case, I was on disability and he was,
that's
he'd
fair.
never really earned shit.
And then
So he just weren't in the right tax bracket.
yeah, my brother and his current wife got married because she needed medical or insurance, and that was the only way she could really get affordable insurance. It's fucked. I hate her
Our
systems.
system is disgusting.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the thing about travel, like you were asking, like the medical Ubers and stuff we got out here, um, it's different with each county, like I said. And the county that I stay in, they actually I don't think they have one. They give like a bus pass or something. But since it's through medical insurance, they don't expect everybody to have epilepsy. But uh with my mom, she lives like 3 hours away from me. And when she wants to get an Uber, they have to call her doctor for like a week ahead of time and make sure they have the date and time of the appointment and all that. But yeah, she likes Stanford and she's 3 hours away and she's like, call your medical insurance and they set up the appointment. They make sure you're not lying to go there. But that's her county. My county, they don't even care where you're going, to be honest. Hers, you got to set it up a week or so ahead of time, and they'll come get you and take you wherever. So we're
Yeah.
glad about that she can have Stanford or wherever she lives. She can come to LA if she wanted to. Come from LA to the Bay Area if she wanted to. But like I said, a week ahead of time. And hers, they actually let her know the driver. So she knew the driver maybe a few days ahead of time, talked to him, and the driver was talking to her. So this is going to be my last time doing this, blah, blah, blah. So that was cool. And then they pick her up at like 3 in the morning because she has to come out here 3 hours away from me. But you get to go to Stanford, so why complain? One of the best, the gold
See,
standard.
has anyone heard of a 15-minute city? The idea, it's everything is within 15 minutes of you, essentially. Like that, since become like not being able to drive anymore, that's where I want to move. There's a place called the Cul-de-sac in Arizona, which is like a 15-minute neighborhood. It has everything inside there. And they're expensive, but man, it sounds like heaven to just not have to bus anywhere or worry about driving. Good, good.
Yeah, they might sound convenient, but the way they did it in Florida was starting it as, senior citizen communities where again, like everybody has a golf cart, so they could make it to whatever, like that was the appeal. You didn't need you didn't need public transportation or like have any main roads basically to get to your grocery store, your medical appointments, or like your necessities. And what sparked it in you know, like the Palm Beaches are a little bit more ritzy, but like further up on the East Coast here, they started those 15-minute cities, and the only caution is the quality. Like, yes, you have to pay the HOA fees, you have to pay for, you know, they cut your grass, they do all the, you know, basic maintenance around the neighborhood and things like that. Like, but you don't own the land. You have basically like less rights in these 15-minute cities to your own property, and because it's not your property. And
It's
yeah,
like a
like you said, the
condo.
cost is a cost, and like the quality of the build. These
Yeah.
houses go up so quickly that it's a big red flag, and you know, passing the inspections, somebody's definitely on the payroll to sign off on that with, you know, something as good as like a FaceTime video of who knows what property, and it's
Yeah.
happening everywhere, like right here
Well,
after these tornadoes.
that's why I'd love like an actual 15-minute city. Like I think Cleveland or Cincinnati's working to become one where no matter where you live in the city, everything you need, groceries, hospital, whatever, is within a 15-minute walk. And I guess that would be perfect, you know.
Yeah, if you get one that's done the right way,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, a funny story about catching the medical Ubers. Um, so there was this one time I called because I need to go grocery shopping, and fortunately, Costco, Safeways, they all have pharmacies. Go there with no problem. But I had smoked right before I left, so I was smelling like weed in the whole ride there. So I could tell the driver she was irritated. She wasn't speaking, but I knew she didn't speak the same language because the Uber thing was like in Russian or something, and it kept talking to her. But anyway, when I got out of the car, actually on the way there, she rolled all the windows down. When I got out of the car, I went and did my grocery shopping, and when I came back out, I seen her across the parking lot, like with all her doors open, all her windows open. So when I'm done, I'm ready for the ride back. What you do is you call the number back, and they send the Uber, and they find the closest one. She was right there in the parking lot. She looked at her phone. She got in the car, ready to drive to the next person. She seen me, and she just drove right past me. And then they called me and said the driver canceled. We'll send you another one. I was like, she just seen me. That's why she canceled. She was just airing out her car. She was like, oh no, I just went through this. So then they called another one. But yeah, that was hilarious that day. And I did not feel bad because I was just like, she acting, that's too crazy. Like, it's not that bad. They got to drive past me. You could really tell me no or something. But she just drive past me, like she looked at me and just kept driving. Like she knows she had to cancel that ride, looking at me. So I was just like, it's funny, but hey, they called another one.
Glad you can laugh about it.
Yeah, it was
Not worth the
hilarious.
stress.
So I got something here. It says, I love my girlfriend, but I feel bad. I feel like I'm ruining her life. Me and my girlfriend have been together for nearly 5 years now. So she's been with me when I've had most of my seizures. She stopped me from falling in the bathroom, breaking my neck, and numerous other instances of things when I am going through seizures. I owe her my life probably. I feel bad because I feel like I'm wasting her life having to take care of me and my seizures when they happen. It kills me watching her cry as I come out of seizures. How do you guys handle things like this with your partners? I don't have a partner dealing with it. I have once upon a time, and she took it like a champ. She was there for me. No problems. She's still here
Yeah,
for me.
my
We got a
wife
kid. She's still here. So
used to take it like a champ, but not anymore.
yeah. Mine, I can still vent to her and talk shit about my support system, and she talks shit too. You shouldn't have to go through that, this, and that. Like, thank you. I was thinking that too. She let me rant for hours and ranting with me. Love her. Love her. But about relationships and partners now, Kate, I think, oh no, Sailor
No,
Mom, I think
I
you're the
need to
only
be
one in a
quiet on this
relationship.
one.
I know
Yeah,
what you mean.
Yeah, me and
I'm,
Angel are out of this question.
me too. Your only
Um,
relationship would be you.
yeah, well, he's awesome. And I feel terrible about it all the time, anytime. You know, because he takes care of me all the
I
time.
think that that's something important though, is to feel kind of bad, because I think it just shows that you understand the way they're feeling. You're empathetic towards the person you care about. Like the thing that would be scary or disconcerting is if you didn't feel bad or you didn't feel like any emotion like that when you came out of seizures and saw her crying. I
Yeah,
mean, just the fact that she's there with you. I have terrible trust issues, so I suck with like relationships. I'd be sitting there like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, but not just the fact that you feel bad for them, I think is a good sign.
yeah, I agree. You know, I think we all feel bad for the people we love when they see us doing that or in pain. I think we certainly feel the same way when it's us seeing them in pain, right? So I can't imagine how terrible it is. But if she's taking it like a champ, man, don't shut her out because there's not that many people that will. I'm sorry.
Right.
A lot of people aren't strong enough. So
I
maybe
try to
just,
apologize. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, I was just going to say, maybe just, talk to her about it, like say, hey, how do you feel about this? And are you traumatized? And I'm sorry. And, just talk about it. Be open with each other, maybe. That's all. That's it. That's all I was going to say. What you got, Pookie?
I was just saying, like Tuna said, I apologize. Just like try, and sometimes the person might be like, "It's okay," but yeah, with my son's mom, I already know. She was like, "Don't apologize." She was like, "This is gonna happen for the rest of your life. It's not your fault. Stop apologizing." I'd be like, "High five," and
That's exactly how my mom is. It's just that's
crazy.
unconditional love.
There was this one thing about like cosmetic surgeries or something, any unnecessary medical procedures once you're diagnosed epileptic, is the general consensus that you'd rather not go to a doctor's office basically if you don't absolutely have to. And my feeling is just pretty much, yeah. If it's not absolutely medical related, I would never be open to like cosmetic procedures or any surgery that isn't totally necessary for like survival.
Yeah, I can answer that one because the teeth count as cosmetic procedure, and I did well, the bridge, and I broke it, and I had to pay out of pocket for that. This was before this was the what you call it days. Sailor Mom, you know those days. When you couldn't get insurance.
Anybody know about those Botox shots for like in the brain
Pre-existing
or something?
conditions or something?
Yeah, pre-existing condition days,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Well, yeah, I did. I worked in HR for a long time, so yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, and it was those days, and I broke it, and I had to pay fully out of pocket for those things, and another seizure broke the bridge, and yeah, I'm not gonna pay out of pocket again for that. No, no.
Forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Oh, hey, you guys were talking about, Kate, you said something about cosmetic surgery, that you wouldn't do any surgery other than what's absolutely necessary. I've had to have the same toenail removed 3 times. I I did the same thing, and the first time I did it, that toenail was so infected. I was on, I think they put me on, I don't remember which antibiotic, but it was for a month. And then I had to do it again, and now I have to have it taken off again. So that's the only cosmetic, like what we would call, what is the word, elective surgery that I would really consent to, other than what's necessary. But yeah, yeah, and the Botox thing, we're talking about that for my neck.
Oh, okay, but
So
for medical purpose, to ease your
for medical
symptoms.
purpose,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's
So
what I was
well,
referring
because
to.
my neck, yeah, I messed up my neck. So we had to get the muscles to relax, and we can't. And the only other way to do it is by paralyzing them. So, it's an option. But yeah, never for, I wouldn't do Botox cosmetically, but as far as like what could be considered elective surgery, that tone, no, that is not elective. You know what I mean? But no, cosmetic, I don't even like getting my eyebrows done,
Yeah, I think
okay?
whoever posted that was referring to like the Botox and the facelifts and things like that, implants and whatnot. And I think the general consensus on the epilepsy community, like the epilepsy side of it, was no, it's not necessary.
Yeah, it's a hard call. I mean, like I've said before, of all the doctors I've met here in Rochester, I love my dermatologist the most. And he noticed the last time I saw him that I lost a little bit of weight. Like, I'm going to say he noticed 5 pounds. So since I've seen him last time, I've lost closer to 30. And when I saw him last time, he said, you might want to thank you so much. But it wasn't all intentional, but it's I'm working out. But he said, you may be able to get some of the skin removed. Would you consider that? And the first thing I said was, would you? Because I have epilepsy. He said, that's never stopped me before. So, and he's a medical dermatologist, one of the best dermatologists in the area, but he also does cosmetic surgery, but he owns the whole group of cosmetic and medical dermatology. But he said that he would do it. He's done it. He said, this isn't like gallbladder surgery, you know?
I got another one here. It's exactly a dumb question for an epileptic, but let's answer it for someone. Someone says, swimming with epilepsy. Does anyone here go swimming? I haven't for a few years, but I really want to again. I used to swim 3 times a week, and it was a love of mine. I said I would wait until I was a year seizure free before I even thought about it. The longest time seizure free was 8 months. I can also have several focals a day. Once lasted 40 minutes. Scared the shit out of me. I've not had a tonic clonic in over 4 years. Do you think I would be okay? Thoughts? No. I just don't suggest being in water.
I think I would go swimming. I've gone swimming with like my brothers around. I know my brother was a lifeguard. He would know what to do if I had an accident in the pool or something like that. I would say just make sure you're comfortable and probably just don't go swimming in something deeper than 4 feet, just so that someone's able to walk over to you, stand in the water while pulling you out so they don't have to be swimming. Just make sure you're safe.
Yeah, basically never alone, and just remember they don't always happen in the water. So if you're going with just like a group of one or two people and they go swimming, but you're back on the chair, then that's how it happened for me. I was out and the group was in the water, and I don't know who noticed first, but it was the crowd gathering that caught their attention because it happened in the chair, a few feet back from the pool, but I don't think I stayed on the chair for long. It was tonic-clonic. So yeah, it's just consider all possibilities and definitely don't be alone. So it's not totally impossible, but might be an inconvenience.
We used to have a little above ground pool, and it was, 4 feet maybe. And my husband made me go swimming like 2 or 3 times. But I was always like, I'm scared. He's like, I'm standing right here. It's okay. As long as I'm here, it's all right. He was very good about it. Obviously, he's a champion.
Yeah.
You got
I was
anything,
just gonna
Cody?
I was just gonna say, like, I'm 120 pounds as well, so it'd be easy for someone to pick me up out of the water and do that. Like, it's different depending on your body as well and who's around. Just yeah.
Yeah. I've been told that I need to sit down because I weigh too much to be picking up off the floor. I'm 170 though, so I thought that might have been the wrong way to say it, but
Yeah,
I don't have to
that
pick me up, so yeah. Like,
yeah,
sit
that
down
was
somewhere. I don't want to be picking you up. I was like, oh, okay. Let me find a
Yeah,
seat.
I get that all the time because I'm 4 foot nothing and I was 265 at my heaviest. So I literally, and I will make fun of it, I was literally an Oompa Loompa. So, but now I'm down under 200. I'm at like 192. And they still say to me, and I still get the, oh, well, I had a seizure at an imaging center. And they had the audacity to say, you're going to have to do it at another location. We don't think you'll fit in the tube. And I'm like, oh, you're probably right. And it's for my neck. So I think mine is a little bigger than yours. Because all they had to put in the tube was my head. So yeah, we
People
get it.
suck.
And it's like, that's why it's like, I got to keep on keeping on, so I can keep that quick wit, and this woman was like, how dare you? I'm like, no, that was actually kind of fun. She didn't even, it took her a minute, but it's like, how can I not fit? Okay, you're probably right. I am too big to get in there. It's just my head. It's just my head. But I had a seizure at that location, so they didn't want me back there. And I'm like, just tell me that. So, yeah, I hate people like that. And you know how I feel about my doctors right now. It's like, yeah, this is really starting to turn into some fun. I don't know where that bruise came from on my knee. Um, yeah, I don't know what happened earlier. So, last night was 3 hours of sleep again.
Mm.
And I really have a feeling it might be a good idea just to go in and say, I need to be in the hospital just for 3 nights of sleep. In all reality, knowing what they'll do to me there. So it's like, yo, I don't know. I don't know what to do. But yeah, the Oompa Loompa that has like deflated a little bit. My dermatologist was offering me, all this help. He said, you deserve this. So he's a great guy. And he's probably going to be the one, ironically, that's going to help me get things done because I have to have that surgery again and I can't. But, you start getting an infection under a toenail. I don't know if any of y'all have ever experienced that. Just give me a drill and charge up the battery and kick me in the head and I got it done because that's how bad it is. And the first time he had to do it, it was literally like I heard it hit the wall. Okay, so that was very necessary. And he's the guy that he was so pissed off at my neurologist for not giving me, all I needed was like maybe one Xanax to get me through 4 days waiting for that surgery. And yeah, back and forth for 2 weeks. And the dermatologist literally called me up. He's like, did you get that medication? No, I didn't. Why not? Well, and I could hear him tapping on the keyboard and he's looking at the notes and he's like, ah, fuck it. And he hung up. called me right back. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm not mad at you, but I just sent the script in. So, so I got what I needed, but not from the doctor that should have given it to me. So, and he agreed and let that doctor know. But hey, I don't get it. It's like, okay, there's got to be, and it's not just us. I know we are more susceptible, but any flaw that you have, yeah, they like to hit us. All right, Cam, you gotta go. Who's
Well, Kate, go first if yours is more about what Ann just said, because mine's about like the like beauty surgery or whatever more. I just quick thing.
Okay, my only question that made me think of is, with your experience, since they do have me on a schedule for now, we want to get out of state before hurricane season. Do you know, in general, do you think that, New England is a little more strict on prescriptions and regulations and just healthcare? Is it harder to get anything done for yourself in, the tri-state area? Because
what do you
as of
mean
right
by the
now,
try?
it sounds like California is pretty much the only place where it's like not hard, but we kind of had to rule that out for cost of living already.
Yeah. Tri-state area can mean a couple of different things to me. Above the line or below the line.
Either or. I mean, we're from the Appalachians, but my mother has sisters and brothers everywhere from like Arizona to the Poconos, and they're all saying like, these prices are falling and come out here and you can the plan is to like invest, rent, make sure we're in the right area before actually buying like the forever place and starting the homestead and doing that whole thing. So, but
Yeah.
now, yeah, I just wanted to know your opinion since you've done so much advocacy work. Do you know of basically a part of the country that's any better than another for being able to
As
take care of yourself?
yeah, as far as insurance goes, that I don't have a whole lot to do with anymore.
Hmm.
But I do know that the New York State laws, you are seeing the results of those. But
Okay. Okay.
and it is really hard to get some health care here all over the
Yeah.
state. Plus, they're controlled. The scheduled laws are a little bit different in New York State. They're more strict than any other state.
Right.
So I literally have to wait until day 29. And if
Okay.
I'm sick,
Things
yeah,
like that are concerning now that I'm finding out those laws really are different state to state just for the carp whatever
yeah,
that
those are,
clobazam. Yeah.
yeah, clonazepam. Yeah, you want to definitely look at those. And those are on all the DEA. That every state has their, I think the DEA is connected to Department of Health.
Okay.
But yeah, um, but I do know I can say this that as far as in the Northeast, I would highly recommend Pennsylvania or
Okay.
Maryland. Um, the
Okay.
insurance and the care that I got in Maryland was great. Yeah.
Okay. My New York and says Pennsylvania and Maryland are both options. Okay, cool. So now that is noted, and we'll add that to the summer trip. Thank you for your opinion and always valuable input. All right, go ahead, Joe.
Right. Always valuable.
So my thing was I've always wanted to get like a small tattoo on me, or not like a small, but a tattoo. And I was just curious if anyone's gotten a tattoo since being diagnosed and what your thoughts are, because I feel like that is a little bit in terms of beauty surgery, a little bit. You're needling your arm up and stuff permanently. Yeah.
I have two tattoos. One in the back of my neck, which I got when I was younger. Like me and my friends just got a bunch of the in the same area. And it's just two letters, OA, which stands for original artist. And then I got this one done. This one's about, I want to say 10 years old.
Okay.
and it says fighters on it. It's like a scroll. It says fighters, and then underneath, my one of my friends, his wife was suffering from she had Hodgkin's lymphomas, the cancer. So I
Mhm.
put that in there, and I put epilepsy, and then I put the purple ribbon on there. So I got that on there for me.
Nice. When I got
Yeah, I
mine,
got mine. Yeah.
Mhm.
when I got mine, my girlfriend at the time, she was worried, and I kept telling her I don't think that's a thing, like getting a tattoo. But at that time, I was in my mid to early 20s, and I just felt like everybody was just trying to hold me back from doing things just because of epilepsy. So I was just kind of like, F you, F that, I'm doing this.
See, I just thought about it when you guys brought up the beauty thing. I had seen it on an epilepsy post, and I was like, "Oh, that's silly." But like you guys talking about the Botox and stuff, I was like, "Is that a concern actually?" But Anne, go ahead. You had your hand up.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not looking my best, but I'm trying to. I
You're
can't
looking
get it on the camera,
beautiful.
but I've got my epilepsy tattoo on my wrist. Um, and it's basically a medical alert. It's a basic medical alert, and I that's the only tattoo I have. But I think I told you guys it did absolutely nothing for me, as we can see. It was $100 wasted, and a really good friend of mine. It was a friend. The tattoo artist was a friend in our circle, and he had to stop like 3 times because it was just freaking him out. Because it wasn't. It was like, I can't believe that you're going through this. I just can't believe this, because we did it because they literally cut off a bracelet that did not have a clasp, so it couldn't fall off. The thing was literally welded onto my wrist. And I woke up from one of those really bad seizures, and it was gone. So we decided to tattoo it on. And Chris was there just like, okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'll be back. Because we knew
Oh,
why we were doing it, and it's like, fuck them, let them.
yeah. Yeah.
It's there. It's been on my wrist
Well,
since, yeah.
you look amazing, and don't ever say you're not looking your
Thanks.
best, because
I
stop.
was gonna say that I didn't want to cut you off.
No, that's good. I'm just like, I'm beat up, worn out. And yeah, and Kate knows it is, almost 9:30 p.m. On the East Coast. And
Hey, I'm right there with you.
yeah. So I gotta bid you all adieu. Thank you. I don't even know how to put it into words. I don't remember who I talked to. Kate, I think the student was at court. I really do want to connect with her, but I'm just in no condition to do it today or probably tomorrow. I'm I'm gonna do my best, and hope for the best here, but more than 3 hours of sleep should do, right? So thanks again. I love you guys, and I will see you Friday. I'm planning on it. All right.
Absolutely.
Love you too,
All
and get
right.
some
Have a good
You
sleep.
one.
too.
I will.
Have a great
I'll
day.
see you. I'll see you on Reddit.
All
All
right.
right.
Keep
Peace
it
out,
posted.
guys.
Bye. So I'm surprised here just looking up, topics for epilepsy discussion. The first thing that comes up is a website out of the UK. Go figure. Like Epilepsy Society, that epilepsy organization for America is not even like the most popular one.
Use on top of it. Use on top of
Seriously.
it.
And they set this up like literally an encyclopedia. It just has like an alphabet at the top, and every letter you click on has a list of topics. I'm on letter F right now, and we've literally covered like every single topic. A lot of them are just medications, but like free prescriptions. Has anybody ever gotten off of a medication for the cost? Like even just noticing a difference between a generic and a brand name?
Not personally, no. Um,
The first medication they put me on ever was the generic Levitaire again, you guys know how to pronounce it, I don't. But then they put me on the normal Keppra, and again, I was only on that for 3 months at most, so I don't even, yeah.
Yeah, I think mine was the Briviac that they didn't have the generic for, and that was right around the time I got kicked off of the my mother's insurance. So I was 26 or 8 or however old you had to be. And that's the one that I weaned off of the quickest. So I think that's probably the only reason I had a worse experience with that one. But that's again switching medications entirely. That's not really
Yeah,
flip-flopping from generic to brand name.
Briviac. Yeah, Briviac was one of the ones that they didn't have a generic, and I remember that. Like my doctor telling me that, like, there's no generic for this, so
Let's just all go to the EU and just get better healthcare. Let's just
Right?
all
yeah,
get an epileptic
I
house.
would.
We can have one EMT living on site, and we'll just be set for life. We'll get all the
Seriously, I'm on the next
prescriptions.
tab here. It's holidays and travel, so it's got me thinking, is anybody putting off any nice summer trips and, you just don't want to go with the regular crew because something could like ruin it for them.
Mhm.
So,
I have a trip to Thailand planned with some friends, and
what?
yeah, and I mean they've all seen seizures in person. So they know what to do and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to ruin that trip for them, obviously.
You gonna go
Yeah.
paddleboarding?
Oh, I'm gonna do everything. If I die
Okay.
having a seizure, then I'm gonna die having fun. Like,
There you go.
absolutely.
That's the spirit.
There you go. You'll probably see some like kick-ass jellyfish on the way down or something.
Oh
Biggest
yeah.
octopus in the world or something.
If I'm not blacked out by then.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you gotta definitely get one of those GoPros, like waterproof GoPros.
So all my
Absolutely.
friends can see it afterwards. They can
No,
watch
you're
it.
not saying afterwards. You're still maintaining the positivity here. Come on, let's be
Okay, I
optimistic.
survived.
So you can see
Gotcha.
it after, because you'll
Yeah, yeah,
forget,
yeah.
but
Well,
you're
I
still
want
gonna
to get
be
a
around to
nanny
see it
cam
after.
for that. I need to get a nanny cam so that I can see my seizures when I have them. I've never seen one of my seizures before. I think it'd be like a surreal experience.
It's surreal. It's a whole lot of real.
I played mine. It was pretty surreal, right, guys?
Tell your husband I'm sorry about that.
I will tell him again how sorry
I'm
I
for
am.
real about that Father's Day thing.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I feel
Gift cards
terrible.
can go anywhere digitally.
Oh, jeez. He came running down the stairs, Trina. He thought I was
Oh,
out.
you played yours and
I played one of my videos and he
whoa.
thought I was, and
Oh
he
my
ran down 3
God.
flights of stairs to
Oh
get
my,
me. And he said
well,
he almost broke his ankle. And I was like, oh my
yeah, that
Jesus.
is, I mean,
I should have
I
warned him,
love that.
but he
You
wasn't
missed it.
anywhere nearby, so I didn't warn him.
Where'd you meet him at? I need to meet someone like that.
Oh,
Like,
this is good. Do you guys really want to hear
But you feel
this?
that?
Really? My brother moved in with him as his roommate, and he called me and he said, "You have to come over and see my new place and meet my new roommate." And I said, "Okay." So I lived in a house that was cut in half, and one half was my best friend, who was a professor, a lady professor, and then my boyfriend, and who was also a professor, and I lived on the other half. And so she's like, "Let's go," and we jump in her car and we drive over there and we meet everybody, and we're just chilling on their futon in the living room and stuff. And my husband is running around in the living or in the kitchen kind of doing stuff. And I'm thinking, wow, he's like, everything is matched and it's like really kind of nice and stuff. And we hung out for kind of a while, and we smoked a little and just chilled. And then me and my friend, we leave and we go home. And apparently, as soon as I walked out the front door, he turned to my brother and he said, "One day I'm going to marry a girl just like that. And 5 years later, he asked me on our first date, and 6 months later, we were married.
Wow. It took
Because
5. Wow.
we ended up hanging out like every single weekend,
Yeah.
watching sci-fi shows, because my ex traveled every weekend. So I was always alone, and there was always people hanging out at my house, but he used to just always come over and hang out. And yeah,
Were
we got
you-
to be really, really good friends. He never
Were you
ever.
Doctor Who fans?
We became, well,
Okay.
yes, we became
Okay.
Doctor Who fans after we got married, but you know, we watched the first Lex and Farscape episodes together when they first, like the very first episodes when they showed on Sci-Fi together.
Yeah.
Just randomly it happened to be, and we were alone. And so that just kind of became
Got
our
hooked
thing.
in.
He would show
That's
up
cool.
on Fridays and we would watch it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, he's yeah.
Well, congratulations on your success.
Yeah, well, that was 27 years ago, and we've been married for 22 years. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, and our 5 kids.
Well, yeah, definitely got to give him a good Father's Day gift
Yeah,
there.
I know. I feel terrible.
Definitely.
I traumatized him again. It was awful.
Memory issues and marriage. I've had epilepsy ever since my husband and I started dating over 20 years ago now. My memory has been bad for a long time, but lately it's creating more fights than usual. But I swear there are times when it is his memory that is failing. I'm the only one who gets blamed for differing recollections of events. I'm considering starting recording us. Is this crazy to record every conversation you have with your spouse? How does your memory affect your relationship, and how did you find any way to fix it? I got a great support system, so she pretty much understood my memory is bad. I mean, not necessarily my support system. They always, like, you feel me? Why do you remember this? Why don't you remember that? You remember what you want to remember. So yeah, I don't really have that. But yeah.
This
My
is
biggest
something I
support-
could chime into. I have a great support system. My wife is wonderful. She makes all my appointments. She reminds me of take all my medicine. She just does everything for me. And that's part of the problem I have, is that I was living out in the desert in California, and she was living in Pennsylvania. And we're kind of worried about me being alone. My memory is rapidly slipping away. Part of that is age related, but part of that has gotten much worse since the seizures. And the other thing I wanted to ask is, Pookie, you talked about the post-ical headaches before, and I get headaches before I get a seizure, and then they get worse after. And I have a headache now, and it's getting worse and worse. So I don't have tonic-clonics, except I've had a couple, but in my sleep. And I just usually have focals while I'm sleeping. Can you guys suggest anything that would help me through this?
I went to the ER and they gave me some Ativan, but that only lasted while I was there. So they just leave you to nothing after that. They don't really give us pills for the post-ical headaches. Nothing seems to work besides weed for me, to be honest. I just
Yeah,
smoke
that's always helped for me.
Yeah, that helps.
weed and water.
And well, luckily my epileptologist has my Ativan. He has said that if I feel an aura, that I can take a half of one and see if I can stop it, or if I've already had one and he thinks I need a half of one after. He's very kind about it, but yeah, Thankfully, I don't have that problem where I have to go to the hospital. I hope that doesn't happen. I mean, I have had to go to the hospital. I'm just saying, I hope I don't have to, just to take care of an after postictal headache. That would be terrible. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jeff. Sleep, water, weed, and if you can get rescue meds, that's about all I can say. I'm so
Well, I
sorry.
have Nasolam. I'm thinking of just shooting that up before I go to bed.
The one thing I'd say is just don't use it too often because you can become your doctor I'm sure told you. Try to use like a like an ice bag or something like that on your neck, your head.
Really?
The screen is probably not helping. Just dim the lights, go into it, just turn off all sensory sounds. Something that I've had, these are not these headphones. These headphones I have are noise canceling. A lot of times I just put them on, don't put any music or anything on. I just turn on the noise canceling just so I hear nothing. And it can be really just calming. But just trying to, again, just deep breaths, hydrate, ice, just cooling yourself or calming yourself down as much as possible.
Or earplugs if you don't have noise canceling headphones. So I have some, old little foam earplugs that I use sometimes when it's too loud.
Yeah, I have earplugs that I use.
Yeah, that would be the best thing.
And if the headaches are like too much, ask for a prescription to help with those headaches, possibly. Just something chill. Obviously, I mean, you could take like Tylenol and Advil. You might be taking that now, but you don't know how that's going to interact with your current medications. I would talk with your neurologist first and just have a serious conversation with them. Like say, hey, I don't know how your neurologist or how you feel with your neurologist. I would bring it up as a serious conversation because I know they wouldn't take it seriously otherwise. They would just.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't take any Advil or Tylenol. It's never helped me.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Yeah. I mean, part of my problem is that I have chronic pain for 34 years.
Yeah.
My whole body, I have arthritis in every joint in my body. So.
Do you take CBD like by itself ever? I know it's a little more expensive.
It's not the price. My wife was concerned that the CBD might cause seizures. And
it probably would do the opposite. I mean, from what I've read, it would calm down your brain and stuff like that, relax your muscles, reduce your cortisol levels, all things that would lower your threshold. So if you can try to convince her, maybe like just because sure you're getting some CBD from the weed you smoke, but just getting like a tincture of CBD that you can put on your tongue or something like that would probably help a lot.
Yeah, I had ordered some and she made me return it because
take it to the doctor with you
because I don't think straight. So if she says to do something, I do it.
That's fair. You got to have the person of reason there. So.
Well, thanks everybody. I appreciate it.
Of course. And feel free to ask more questions. I know you just are listening most of the time, but if you just feel free to jump in.
I listen in because I forget what I'm going to say. And I mean, constantly. And I'm trying to learn. I don't have a lot of knowledge about this. I was diagnosed and I went into denial for a year and a half.
That was kind of me as well. I was like, oh, I can beat this through exercise, no vaping and stuff like that. And no, unfortunately, it's something I'm going to have to deal with medically. And yeah, it's real.
Yeah. It's life.
Yeah, I think we all had that type of denial type of thing where we didn't want to accept we had seizures and we did stuff that was reckless.
Yeah.
I mean, what Sailor Mom's like premier quote is, "I didn't have a seizure," or what'd you say to the doctor the first time? You're like, you were adamant you did not have a seizure.
I didn't have a seizure. I have to open the ice cream store tomorrow. I gotta go back to sleep. Yeah. All the paramedics in my bedroom. No, I did not. I have to go back to sleep because I have to open the ice cream shop tomorrow. Gotta leave. No.
You'll do everything to convince yourself you didn't have a seizure. It wasn't a seizure. I just somehow bit my tongue while sleeping for the first time in my entire life. Pookie, you find something?
How many still drink alcohol with epilepsy? I used to drink my ass off knowing I shouldn't, but last year, October 1st was the last time doing it. I got tired of thinking, oh, God might have one if I keep drinking. It'd be the withdrawals that get me every time. Nothing else but alcohol, 6 months clean and never looking back. And one of the comments is 6 years sober, never looked back. It's just a healthy thing. I can rest in peace knowing that I'm putting every chances on my side to never do a seizure again. So far, I only did one seizure, and it was weeks after I stopped drinking. So 6 years seizure free. Oh, nice. 6 years sober and 6 years seizure free.
Lucky dog.
Yeah,
Hey.
jeez.
You think the alcohol could have been the problem? Well, that's a dumb question.
It's literally
Sounds
like the
like
number
it.
2 reason for seizures is alcohol or triggers.
Someone said I still do regularly. I was diagnosed late in life, so I was already familiar with drinking and knowing my limits, etc. Nothing wrong with occasional drinking as long as you're not dependent on it. I can quite comfortably go weeks without drinking, as well as having large sessions such as boozy holiday or at a festival. What I have noticed is the effect of dehydration it has on me. Before it wasn't anything bad, but now I do feel the effects of not enough fluid in my system. Yeah, so
I mean, to me, having epilepsy is just one more reason to not drink, and it's a good enough reason to not drink. And it's like, hey, I'm healthier for it. I'm probably gonna die early from something from my epilepsy. I might as well extend that as long as possible. And hey, maybe I'll live to 100. That'd be sweet. See, the goal is, I think, to live to an age where they cure epilepsy, right? Like that's the dream.
right.
Or immortality at that point, like they reverse aging. It's like, all right, I'll go back to before I was epileptic.
How do you guys sense a seizure coming? I can't, but even though I have epilepsy, I can't do it. So how do you do it? When it's there, it's over with. Either it's happening or I don't have a precursor. I learned that my precursors are seizures. So once it happens,
I think when you're feeling the precursor, you're already in the seizure. I'm able to like fight them off sometimes. Again, like focusing my mind on a single topic. I find myself when the precursors are coming on, it's when I'm watching something and then thinking about something. So I just try to focus in exactly on what I'm watching, just ground my mind, and it goes away. For the moment.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've fought some off before, but generally, if I'm able to fight it off, I'm just fighting it off for later. It's just I'm postponing it. It's gonna happen in my sleep, or it's gonna happen later on, or it's gonna happen tomorrow. You know. And I'm glad the times that I'm able to push it off, because it usually means I'm in the middle of something that's probably dangerous, like washing dishes or, where I could fall or something. But yeah, I don't know. And there's been plenty of times where it's happened and I didn't feel a damn thing coming. It just happened. So I don't know. You guys got anything else?
Tuna, go ahead. I can remember mine.
You go first. I can't remember what I was gonna say now. Bye, Jeff.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Bye,
Jeff.
everyone.
Hope you feel
Bye,
better.
everyone. Thank you.
Okay.
Take
In the
care.
video, I put, this is when Sailor turned into Mama Bear.
Well, that's good, because that was definitely kind of what it was.
All right, here. I remember what I was gonna say. Do you guys, when you have seizures at night, do you wake up from them, or do you just know in the morning and stuff? Because
Um,
I've been waking up having seizures recently, and I don't know if it's because I go to bed without smoking weed, so I'm like having dreams and they're causing seizures or something. But like, when I wake up, I'm having a seizure. I don't know if you guys have the same thing or similar things.
Mm, I wake up and I feel like, yeah, I feel like I just been, you know, knocked out.
that ran over by a bus feeling.
Yeah. And the last time, like, I can't say it because no one saw me, It's like, I don't know. But there's been a few times recently where it's like, yeah, I think I had an overnight seizure, but no one saw me, no one heard me. So, and the last one I knew it was a seizure because, like, my whole body was uh crippled up, like, on the floor, like half on the bed, half on the floor.
I've been all the way on the floor, not half, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was just like a waking moment. I'm like, okay, definitely had a seizure. The muscles are, but like when I'm waking the first thing up in the morning, like it's like you can, it's that feeling like I think I just had a seizure overnight. I don't know, like sometime overnight I had a seizure while I was sleeping, and you can feel it.
Mhm. I have woken up when I hit the bedside table as I was launching myself out of bed during a seizure. I guess that's kind of the same thing because I think I was still seizing when I hit the floor. Um,
See,
I
mine are
don't know.
like focal awares I'm having. They're not
Yeah.
like the tonic clonics. I'm waking up having like a focal aware, and I don't know if it's my brain like
I
waking up or
It's only happened to me once where I woke up having focal aware. I think once where I had fallen down on a stack of boxes and I was balanced on the edge of it, and I guess I was kind of leaning back and forth, and I came to before I fell or before anybody saw it or whatever. But that's kind of the only one I can think of right
yeah.
offhand. I don't know. I have to
Yeah, and
ask my
that's the thing. I
husband.
can't really remember like how I was feeling in the moment because I don't really remember them. I just remember having them, like waking up, and I just know they happened.
Hmm.
Like you said, I
Yeah.
just know they happen.
Maybe I'm schizo. Maybe we're all schizo, and like
I wouldn't
No.
say
as
so, but we know that feeling
no,
of
no,
No, we just know
this
what it
is,
feels like. That's all.
yeah.
yeah.
I just saw a post on Reddit earlier that is like, do you think epilepsy and schizophrenia have anything in common? It's like they're two completely different disorders, like of the brain. Like one's a chemical misfiring, and schizophrenia is not really chemical misfiring. It's a disease of the brain.
Hmm. Yeah. The
I
schizophrenics
got
I've known
something.
are not.
I got something I think we could have all been through. Well, I think we've all been through. Says, what do y'all do to calm down? I've been on Kepra and it makes me anxious as hell and angry. I just feel the urge to do something, but I can never find anything that isn't cleaning my room. I've cleaned every single corner. I can't find anything else to do. There's no walkable areas. I have no job. I've done all my school assignments. I can't find any good movies or anything. I'm on my phone all day. I have low attention span. What do y'all normally do to calm you down? Because I need to calm down. I'm having one of those Kepler Rage episodes, and I hate it.
Yeah, the computer. I play video games on my free time. Like I'm gonna have to actually go here in a couple minutes because I told my buddies I'd play a game with them at 10. But
when I was on Kepler, I was actually working, and I could just walk around and walk. But another thing you can do is just like I would do is just like read, you know. It's like get my mind out of it. Or
Or crafts or
Yeah.
art.
find a hobby. Yeah, just
Yeah.
try to find. And that's
know-
the thing.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
it's
No,
definitely
you
hard.
I was just gonna say, like, you know, those adult coloring books that are really detailed, and or learn to crochet or sew, or
If anyone wants to learn how to knit, I'll do a
Jewelry.
knitting class here.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I haven't knitted in years,
I
like
love knitting.
40 years. I would like to
Yeah.
knit again.
My
I haven't
grandma taught me
crocheted in
when I
that
was
long
12.
either.
I had crochet club at high school that I started. Our shirt said it's knit instead of like it's lit. Yeah.
I want to learn.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll bring
Alright.
them on Friday if I can find my needles.
All right. I have some somewhere that my husband's grandmother gave me. She gave me a huge set of them, and I was like, "Oh my God, these are amazing!"
But see, what you said like is something I want to do, and I might actually do after this is buy like a set of colored pencils and one of those detailed coloring books and just do that and just
I couldn't sleep last night, and I was coloring in an adult coloring book
yeah.
on the floor of my bedroom. And I know how crazy that sounds, and I don't really care because, you know, eventually I got tired and I went to bed, and my brain stopped going 1,000 miles an hour, which apparently maybe you have a trouble with too, Cantuna, sometimes.
Oh, I
The
have to
brain.
have something on in the background constantly to focus on, or else I don't like where my brain goes, and I
My
don't
brain
like
just,
being
yeah. And
just too much. I can focus on some dumb crap going on in the background, but I don't want to focus on. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's more. I consider it more like loneliness, and this is just more like a personal thing. But like, I don't know. I live alone. I'm epileptic, so I can't really just drive over to a friend's house super easily. I'm a burden otherwise if I want to go to a friend's house because they have to pick me up. So I'm like stuck playing video games and hope that one of my friends is on to play video games with, and it just kind of sucks. But that's why I have something going on in the background constantly, is because I'm just lonely.
Yeah, with me, to calm myself down, all I can think about is like the situation where I was watching the body cam footage. All I did was turn the video off because I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the video, I don't know if it's me. I was like, let me just cut it off. So yeah, I cut the video off, and I was like, I can't keep breathing hard and wondering why I'm breathing hard and clammy and all that. But yeah, cops got me traumatized.
Yeah, that's bad.
But yeah, it's very hard, like trying to keep that Kepler down, like that anger. I remember telling my wife that at the time, like I could feel myself getting angry.
I felt that way on the phone today for like the first time ever with customer. I got snippy with a customer on the phone a little bit. It wasn't
And
like
it might be the
snippy,
Kepler.
and it might be the camera. But she's like, I just called to get some quotes. I'm in the middle of quoting her from like 45 carriers at once. I literally just went like, lady, I didn't say lady. I was like, ma'am, I am working with 45 carriers right here getting you these quotes. I'm working as fast as I can. I'm trying my best here. That was like the first time I ever felt myself being snippy, but it's definitely not me. Like I'm not that type of person. I would rather say sorry than confront someone like that.
And
I don't
that's
know.
probably the Kepler.
Probably, but I don't have that like not OCD, I guess, and that's probably because I have a computer here to occupy my time. I will say I clean a lot more now that I'm on this medication. I get pissed off about like my living habits a little bit easier.
I get that too. I
Yeah.
clean up all the time. Sometimes I look around, I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to clean up today.
Yeah.
I put
Like, I
some
wonder-
music on, and once I get started, I can clean and clean and clean. Sometimes I won't feel like it, but like I said, once I get started, it's like I feel like I just need to keep going, and then I just get in
Yeah.
the mode of keep going.
Anyone have something had a seizure during something that's kind of turned them off from it now? Because I have a TV show. I had a seizure that it's hard for me to watch it now because I'm afraid I'm gonna have another seizure.
Yeah, I don't think that I have something that I'm afraid to do now, but I guess things that I won't do now.
Like, I'll just share mine really quickly. Like, mine, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is like, it's my brother's favorite show. It's my favorite show. Is kind of like our
What?
thing and everything. And I tried put it on after like getting diagnosed and stuff. The first episode, there was like so much going on. I had a seizure during it, and now every time I put it on, I like feel like I'm gonna have another seizure. I just get that like, I don't know, that weird feeling. I don't know if it's anxiety, like I'm gonna have another seizure, but I just can't watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia anymore, and it kind of sucks because that show is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like maybe like sometimes I'm on the computer and then I think about, my second seizure was in front of a computer. So then sometimes I'm sitting there thinking about it because I got to edit a lot of videos. So I take a lot of breaks, and that's why, because I always think, okay, I need to calm down just in case this and this happens. Mom, I'll call you back.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like I had to answer that. It's mom. Got to.
Yeah, of course.
I forgot where I was at, but
Mom to speak to her Pookie.
That's right.
what was I saying first?
The things that make you
Oh yeah.
that you were turned off by.
Yeah,
Because
like
of a
on the
seizure.
computer, you had a seizure your second time. Or
Right.
your
Yeah.
second seizure,
The second
yeah.
time. Mm-hmm.
So I've noticed that recently, that when I am editing videos, I'm sitting there thinking about it a lot. So then I end up taking breaks because
Yeah.
it's on my mind. And I'm like, I know I'm not photosensitive, but I'm not sure if that's what it was. I know I was in front of a computer when it happened. And
Yeah.
then I went back to that class 2 days later, and it happened again in front of a computer. And then they said I'm not photosensitive, and then they did the lights. So, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I still think about it because it's like I said, MRIs can tell you one thing, show it's good, and you're not. But like I said, the lights that they did, the flashing lights, it didn't do anything, but the computer did. So it's just my head's all over the place sometimes. So editing videos, maybe 2
You might
hours at
be
a time.
focusing too much on it though, so it might be messing with your eyes, and you might be straining your eyes, which is putting like stress on your body.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. I have to go.
Bye.
Thank you, as always. Sorry to
Bye,
leave
Tuna.
early.
Bye.
Bye, Tuna.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
call it a night too.
I'm sure Pookie is tired and probably wants to go rest.
No, I didn't want to go, but I mean, I was just waiting for everybody else to say they're ready to